In a forest so deep that sunlight arrived in whispers, there lived a girl named Elara. No one knew where she came from. Some said the forest had created her. Others believed she had once belonged to the world beyond the trees, but had chosen to leave it behind. Elara lived alone, but she was never truly alone. Every morning, the forest woke before her. The birds would gather outside her small wooden shelter, chirping softly until her eyes opened. A silver fox would sit at her doorstep, patiently waiting. And just beyond the clearing, a massive black wolf, feared by all who dared enter the forest, stood like a silent guardian. Elara would step outside barefoot, her long hair catching the golden threads of sunrise. "Good morning," she would whisper, and the forest would answer. Leaves rustled, wind sighed, creatures emerged. A deer approached first, lowering its head. Elara gently placed her hand on its neck. A squirrel climbed onto her shoulder. Even the wolf, after scanning the surroundings, would slowly come closer, never too close, but always near enough. They trusted her, but more than that, they protected her. Years ago, when Elara was younger, she had stumbled into the forest, lost, frightened, and wounded. The world beyond the trees had been loud, cruel, and unforgiving. That night, as she cried beneath a broken tree, something strange happened. Instead of danger, the forest brought her comfort. The wolf had appeared first, then the birds, then the rest. Not as predators, but as protectors. From that day on, Elara belonged to the forest, and the forest belonged to Elara. But one evening, everything changed. A group of hunters entered the forest. They were loud, careless, greedy. They spoke of rare animals, of trophies, of money. Elara felt it before she saw them. The forest grew uneasy. Birds stopped singing. The wind fell still. Even the wolf growled low in its throat. Elara stepped forward, her expression calm, but her eyes sharp. "They don't belong here," she said softly, and the forest listened. That night, the hunters tried to set traps, but every trap failed. Ropes snapped, paths twisted, their fires refused to stay lit. Something was watching them, something unseen. Then came the sounds, footsteps where no one walked, whispers carried by the wind, eyes glowing from the darkness. The wolf appeared first, silent, massive, unafraid. Then more wolves, then deer blocking their path, then birds circling above, and finally, Elara. She stepped into the faint firelight, her presence calm yet powerful. "This forest is not yours," she said. Her voice wasn't loud, but it carried. The hunters froze. One of them laughed nervously. "It's just a girl." But even as he said it, he didn't believe it, because behind her stood the entire forest, watching, waiting, protecting. The next morning, the hunters were gone. They left behind their weapons, their traps, their courage, and they never returned. From that day forward, stories began to spread beyond the forest of a girl named Elara, a girl who spoke to animals, a girl guarded by wolves, a girl the forest itself protected. Some came searching for her, none ever found her, because the forest only reveals its secrets to those it trusts. And deep within those endless trees, as sunlight filtered gently through the leaves, Elara still walks barefoot on the earth, a fox at her side, birds above her, and a silent wolf guarding her shadow. She smiles, because she knows something the world has forgotten. Sometimes the wild is safer than civilization, and sometimes the strongest protection doesn't come from humans at all.